So how old is the Earth? Evolutionists believe it to be a few billion years old, while Christians that believe the Bible believe it to be only a few thousand years old. Well, let's take a look at some of the evidence and see just how old the Earth really is. Cosmic dust settles on the moon at a rate of 10 millionths of an inch per year. Based on the assumption of evolutionists that the universe is 5 billion years old, the moon should be uniformly covered in a layer of dust approximately 54 feet deep. On July 21, 1969, Neil Armstrong became the first man to walk on the moon. Moments later, while taking his first steps on the lunar surface, he noted, quote, "The surface is fine and powdery. I can pick it up loosely with my toe. It does adhere in a fine layer like powdered charcoal to the sole and sides of my boots. I only go in a small fraction of an inch, maybe an eighth of an inch, but I can see the footprint of my boot and the treads in the fine sandy particles." And a little while later, while picking up samples of rock and fine material, he said, "This is very interesting. It is a very soft surface, but here and there I will plug in with the contingency sample collector. I run into very hard surface, but it appears to be very cohesive material of some sort." The age of the moon, when calculated using the rate at which cosmic dust settles on it, comes out to be approximately 10,000 years old. The scientists at NASA were astonished at the lack of dust, although no speculations were voiced publicly in defense of their calculations. If the Earth was 5 billion years old, Neil Armstrong wouldn't have been able to walk on the moon because he would have been standing in 54 feet of dust, and he would never have hit any hard surface with his sample collector. Now let's take a moment to look at the population of the Earth. If humanity is really 3.5 million years old, according to the development stages of evolution, then today the world's population can be predicted by the use of a mathematical formula and selecting likely data. For example, with the modest estimate of 2.2 children per average family, an equally modest average generation lifespan of 22 years, the parent never living long enough to see their grandchildren, then the world's population would have grown in a single family to, well, I don't even know what that number is. It would be 1 followed by 2,070 zeros. Do you realize how many people that is? That's a lot. There would be literally no dirt beneath us. It would be nothing but crushed bone. The fossil record would be nothing but skeleton on top of skeleton on top of skeleton on top of skeleton. Now, not to mention the growth of the human race, but also animal races too. We could figure in how many animals there would be in that span too. The Earth just couldn't possibly hold that many people or animals. There's no way the Earth can be 5 billion years old. Conversely, the current population of the world is well within the limits of the mathematical formula, assuming 4 couples survived the Genesis flood about 5,000 years ago. There's more evidence. Let's look at the spinning of the Earth. Because of solar and lunar gravitational drag forces, the spinning of the Earth, now at about 1,000 miles per hour, is gradually slowing down. At the time that I am currently making this video, we are just a few days away from New Year's Eve. Did you know that the incoming of the new year 2009 will have to be delayed for 1 second because of the fact that the Earth is slowing down? If the world was billions of years old, it would already have stopped spinning. Or, calculating it differently, a billion years ago the Earth would have been spinning so fast that it would have become a pancake. So either way, the Earth can't be even a million years old. Let's look again at the moon. The moon is already far too close to the Earth. It is now known that due to tidal fractions, it is gradually moving further away from the Earth. Based on the rate of recession, the moon cannot be very old. If it were even 20,000 or 30,000 years old, it would at some earlier time have been so close that it would have fallen into the Earth. The Earth's magnetic field has been measured since 1835 to be steadily decaying at a rate of about 5% every 100 years. There is an upper limit to when magnetic decay began because the electric current within the Earth dissipates heat. 20,000 years ago, the heat generated by the core would have exceeded the tolerance for the surface life to exist. The sun is gradually shrinking at a steady rate. It is occurring fast enough that as little as 50,000 years ago, the sun would have been so large that the oceans would have boiled. In far less time, in the past 25,000 years or so, all life would have ceased to exist. Now there's a lot of other scientific facts that prove the Earth is only a few thousand years old. I could go on, but instead I will just put a link to the site in the video descriptions, and you could go check out the information for yourself. The evidence that the Earth is only a few thousand years old is overwhelming. But for the theory of evolution to be true, the Earth has to be 5 billion years old. That's the only way it can even be plausible. But the facts simply do not jive with the Earth being 5 billion years old. Don't drink their Kool-Aid. If you're watching this right now, you're probably sitting in front of a computer at a desk. Take a look around your desk. Can you see one thing on your desk that doesn't have a creator? Pencils, pens, paper clips, they all have a creator. To think otherwise is foolishness. Now, how many more times complex is your body than a paperclip? If everything on the Earth's surface has a creator of some sort, then how can we point to ourselves and the Earth itself and say that it does not have a creator? Well, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Everybody take it easy.